I am Sorcerous.
And I'm Inspector Thomas.
And this is Anime Review Geeks. A lot of anime tends to draw inspiration from one source and then base an entire show around it.
Journey to the West.
No other children's tale has been ripped off quite as many times as this one. Why? We're not entirely sure exactly.
For whatever reason, though, Japan has decided to do this yet again with Saiyuki. Roughly translated, it means journey to the extreme.
Unfortunately, the only extreme thing about this whole clusterfuck of homoeroticism,
not that we mind the yaoi,
is how poorly done it was. For a series that was taken from one of the most timeless children's tales, it manages to be one huge fucking snore. This is your typical episode for Saiyuki. We're walking, we're fighting, we're fighting, we're walking, we're fighting, and sometimes we ride.
Although, Jipu was my favorite character. I mean, the little guy's just there, and he manages to do his thing and fulfill his role without being obtrusive or excessively over the top.
And it figures that the one likable character would be the one responsible for keeping this story, or lack thereof, going. Saiyuki tells the tale of four grown men who are traveling across to the west in order to find out why all of the yokai in the land have suddenly turned violent and are rebelling against humanity.
They're sent on this quest by the merciful goddess, whose actual Buddhist name is a mouthful, so we won't get into that.
Genjo Sanso, who I guess could be considered the main character, is given his marching orders from Zordon. I mean, these three guys whose names escape me. Along the way, the characters encounter hordes of maddened demons who are trying to kill and stop Sanzo because
they're psycho. Actually, that's not really elaborated on. It's said that the experiments performed by Dr. Ni Jianyi, who I refer to as Dr. Bunny, are causing the yokai throughout the land to go berserk. Dr. Bunny wants to revive the Demon Ox King for, well, he's just one sick, twisted fuck. Dr. Bunny was actually a former Sanzo priest, Ukoku Sanzo, who was labeled a heretic because instead of inheriting the Muten Sutra naturally, he actually fought and killed his master and then stole it. Where did he hide the Muten Sutra? In the fucking bunny.
Dr. Bunny is supported in his experiments by Kosho, who is after the Demon Ox King for alimony or something.
She was his concubine.
Ah, so she wants him revived.
And let's not forget, this guy's fucking huge. What?
And also married to this other demon woman, who was turned to stone by a curse or something. So her son, who hates Kosho with a fiery passion, sends his evil minions out to steal the Maten Sutra from Sanzo. Why does he do this? She has the cure to the curse that will free his mother. Whoop-de-doo. To say this guy has some Freudian complexities would be an understatement.
He's aided in this by his little sister, aka Goku's fucking twin, her babysitter, and some other dude.
And the bad thing is, we're nowhere close to describing all of the characters or even getting into the non-plot.
I mean, really, does the second season of this, also dubbed Saiyuki Gaiden, have anything to do with Journey to the West at all?
Saiyuki Gaiden?
Yeah.
Does Hayabusa know anything about this?
Apparently not.
Honestly, this anime was confusing, and not even in that bizarre Evangelion way that left us with some semblance of closure. There's nothing going on but a bunch of badly drawn fight scenes, coupled with action sequences that get dull pretty damn fast, and the characters standing around bitching about their backstories, which really don't get developed for what feels like forever.
This extends to the main characters themselves. Hakai got his powers by slaying 1,000 demons after they'd murdered his lover. Gojo is a compulsive gambler and womanizer who's looking for his half-brother. Goku was locked up under a fucking mountain for being born by accident, and Santo's just some prick who watched his master die in front of him.
The sad thing is, all of this has the makings for a real kick-ass anime. So what went wrong? Everything! After the first couple of episodes, none of the characters went anywhere in terms of growth or personal development. It really is just a bunch of fight scenes that aren't even drawn that very well, peppered by the four standing around debating non-existent philosophy.
Or Gojo and Goku arguing, or Sanzo threatening to kill everyone.
At times, you almost wish he would. But only with that paper fan.
Because that would have been funny. Now, Saiyuki by itself is a huge fucking snore fest. But Reloaded Gunlock did manage to improve upon it by a very large jump, and stayed faithful to the manga, which was infinitely better.
For the most part, this show was adored by obsessive fangirl types who were really only watching it for the rampant gayness involved.
Because we all know that Hakai is getting it on with Gojo to make up for losing his lover. Gojo's fucking Hakai because he's a raging man-slut, and Sanzo's just an effeminate pedophile.
But it's best if you don't pay attention to all of that. Unless you're into all of that.
I'm Inspector Thomas.
And I'm Sorcerous.
And this has been Anime Review Geeks panel on Saiyuki.
I am Sorcerous.
Hold up, you've done that. I'm reading the script.